How you doing, everybody? It's Sunday the 27th of June 2010, and it's just after lunch. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a beautiful day here now, and as you can see, the sun's shining on top of me here. And I just wanted to talk about something that I was thinking about over the last couple of days. I've been doing a lot of reading recently, doing a lot of research, and just one of the things that I came across, I just thought it was very interesting. I'm going to read this out to you, and what they are, so that everybody's under. There's no illusions. These are some of the events, and these are the considered events by about a group of 12 major historians relating to the fall of the Roman Empire. And these are the events that were led up to the fall of the empire. Now there are other ones, and I'm sure lots of people will tell me about other ones, about lead in the water and about all sorts of, but there are major forces at work, and these are the considered major forces that were being enacted as the empire fell. Okay, and I want you to listen to these, and I want you to think, how would you draw comparisons between what I'm about to read out and what's happening today? Now, the first general cause seems to have been, and it's a general thing, and it's an economic matter, and it's to do with inflation and the debasement of the currency, in particular silver. Okay, because in order to mint the silver coins, they mixed tin and antimony and various lead and various things with the silver. Okay, so it wasn't pure silver coins. And so the first thing is inflation, which was caused by the debasement of the currency. So you can imagine what happened there. All right, the first thing. Second thing was the lack of cohesion within the military machine, the legions, defending Rome and the boundaries. We're talking about the middle of the 5th century, around 450 AD. Alright? That may seem a million light years away to people, but in real historical terms, it's in the recent past. It's not a million light years away, okay? And by the way, we're talking about the western side of the empire. I know the eastern side of the empire, so they don't know all about that, okay? We're just talking about the western side of the empire, the Latin side of the empire, based in Rome and Ravenna, okay? Then, so we have inflation, lack of cohesion within the legions, Rome's military power. Then we have, I'm going to put these on the screen so you can read them off, by the way. Right? Then we have continued attacks by the so-called barbarians within and without the boundaries of the empire. So that's number 3. Then you have outbreaks of plagues and viral epidemics on a large scale. Then we have what they claim was the poor utilisation of the available slave labour. And then the final thing was the overall reduction of tax revenue coming into the state, the Roman state. Now, if people don't see a parallel between these things that are going on today and the 6 things that I've read out there, I don't know, I must be living in an altered universe. Surely you must be able to draw the same conclusions. If you think today, we're facing into a period of immense inflation. It's going to come down the line. Over the last 2 or 3 years, in particular in the Western societies, they have engaged in this so-called quantitative easing, which is money printing on a colossal scale. A colossal scale. And we're going to have to pay the price of that. So you have effective debasement of the currency. Okay? Then you have, as we've seen going on, even in the last month or so, we see the military power, the problems with the military power, the maintenance of it, the costs in running it, the internal disputes within the military power, within elements of Western intelligence services, within NATO versus the CIA, all that sort of stuff, all the various ramifications of the problems that face the hegemony, as it were, of Western civilization from a military point of view. Then we see continued attacks by so-called barbarians, this Al-Qaeda thing and all the rest of it, alright? Outbreaks of plagues and viral epidemics. We've had 2 of them over the last major ones, world ones. We've had swine flu, and before that we had the other, we had that other outbreak about 3 years ago. And then the utilisation of poor or otherwise utilisation of slave labour. What's going on today with the labour that's available to Western globalists in China and Taiwan and the Far East generally. And then finally, the overall reduction in tax revenue. Because as the industrial base and unemployment rise, the level of tax coming into the state is vastly reduced. So I just think it's interesting. It's just a little aside to make comparisons between the fall of the greatest empire that ever existed, that its Western Empire existed for about 6,500 years. This Western Empire that we have at the moment is based around America. It's really only existed for a short period of time. I know it's existed technically from 1776, but as an imperial power, it's only existed from the demise of the British Empire at the beginnings of the end, really, beginnings and ends of the First World War. And then America took over as been the dominant world power, the dominant imperial power. And we see what's happening now with it. That hegemony has been challenged by the new kid on the block, China. But I just think it's very interesting just to be able to make a comparison between what happened around 450 AD and the events that led up to the implosion of the empire. And I just want to say one other thing before we finish. It's only a small thing. If you had an interview with people all over Rome, all over the empire, say 20 years before it even happened, or even 10 years before it actually went into serious decline, and said to them, you know, the Roman Empire's going to end, they'd all have laughed at you. I said, not at all. The Roman Empire, sure, we've been in existence for 650 years. Sure, this is a powerful state. Look at it. Look at the legions on the roads we've built, and look at all the slaves, and look at all the countries we have under subjugation and all the rest of it. Food for thought. We've got to talk more.